What makes a whole person? Hello and welcome to Wanjiru Kaburu's Vibes. In this episode, we're going to reflect on the complete person. What makes a whole person? And we're going to look at the four dimensions because a whole human being is a four-dimensional being. The first dimension, the mind. The second dimension, the body. The third dimension is the heart. And the fourth dimension is the spirit. Now, let me tell you a story. Recently, I've had a lot of emotional instability. My emotions were all over. I could not understand what was going on with my heart. The heart is the dimension that deals with the emotional aspect of a person. Let me tell you, this one aspect paralyzed every other dimension in my life. Now, I love reading, for instance. Reading helps you and me build the mind. It's like exercise does to the body muscles. Reading builds our mind. And during this period where I was in an unstable emotional status, I was not able to read. I could hold a book and no, I just don't feel like reading. And what I do instead, switch on the television, and we thank God for Netflix on such days. So look for a series, look for a movie, and watch for an entire day. Can you imagine watching as the first thing you do when you wake up? First of all, you've woken up late, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. The first thing you do is switch on the television and start watching a series for the entire day. That was me, and it all stemmed from the heart not being okay, my emotional states not being okay. Two, I had taken on to exercising this year very seriously. I told myself, yeah, I want to tone my body. Because yes, our bodies are our responsibility. And I think we all want to feel nice in our bodies. And also there's an aspect of health and longevity. When you exercise, you're able to live longer, you're able to feel more fresh, more renewed, more energetic. And there's something physical exercise does to the body. But in this period, I could not even do 1, 2, 3 squats, lunges, crunches, all those things and exercises are focused on. My jogging was just thrown off the window. All I cared about is sleeping, eating, drinking, and watching. Those were my favorite activities. Activities that were not building either my mind, my body, my heart, or my spirit. Let me tell you how my spirit aspect or dimension was affected. I love reflecting and meditating because I usually feel it feeds my soul. The spirit is the aspect of, as the word suggests, spirituality, your soul. So reading the Bible, listening to sermons, meditating, reflecting, all those things help me feed my soul, and I'm able to feel alive when I do those things. I sit down and listen to an old sermon. Like lately, I'd gotten hooked to Sarah Jakes Robert. I love her energy and how she brings out, she teaches the word in certain unique ways and certain energy. And yeah, I somehow connect with her. And I had started, especially during this COVID season, to really get hooked to her. But during the season, my heart was not in the right place. My TV, YouTube was either music or Netflix. Someone's off the window. Yes, that's what happens. Why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because, as I said in the beginning, a whole person is the body, mind, heart, and spirit. When one of those dimensions are not functioning well, every other dimension is affected, and that means it brings a danger to the whole person. It affects a person's productivity and living well and a fulfilled life, just because one dimension has been affected. It's like saying you can cut your finger but not affect the entire body. No, the brain gets the message, and the brain that supports and runs our entire being sends this, makes you feel all that kind of pain all over, not just on the finger. So every dimension of the four dimension forms the whole person. So then what should we do for us to be able to live fully, to live as whole being? We should never get into the temptation of neglecting even one aspect of those four dimensions. Our mind, we should strive to build our mind every day through reading, through engaging in thought-provoking and things that makes your mind think. Because the more you think, you exercise your mind muscle and you're able to grow it. The mind is elastic. And the more you grow it, you grow your perspectives, the more you're able to be reasonable, the more you're able to be smart, and the more you're happier in life. Our hearts is the emotional aspect of us. This brings us to our relationships with our families, friends, the universe, our employers, our employees, colleagues, and all that. And the way we live and coexist with all these people, the more we are able to take care of aspects of our life that speak to our heart, to our emotion, the more we are able to live a good life. And then we have our spirits, our souls. I don't know what your higher being is. I don't know what you do to lift your spirit, but that is something you should strive to do each and every day as much as you can. Because the moment we neglect these aspects, a certain kind of emptiness creeps in us, because at that moment we are not being whole. And the spiritual aspect, for instance, for Christians, I felt that when I stop thinking about God and reflecting on the goodness of the Lord and his intentions for me on this earth, and taking the Bible and reading random scriptures and listening to sermons, the minute I stop doing those things, I just start living in another space. And sooner than later, I will just start feeling something is missing in my life. I'm very unhappy. I'm very uncoordinated. I'm very unmotivated. I'm not inspired at all. And this is because I simply stopped feeding one aspect and dimension of life that is very critical. And then there is the body. This is the physicality, the physical aspect that strives or longs to just stay alive, to survive. Our bodies are very important. It's the vessel that carries all these other aspects. And when the vessel is leaking, I don't think you can be able to carry much content. And many of us have heard, you're what you eat. So that's where you start when you think of taking care of your body. Check what you eat. Eat well. Eat just enough. Eat the kinds of food that help maybe keep your skin hydrated and glowy and all those things. Personally, I'm a big fan of vegetables and fruits. All those vitamins and it makes me feel healthy. When anytime I decide to eat a lot of meat, especially in these weekends, party mode, I don't know what, people are taking choma left, right, and right, barbecue chicken, and all those kinds of meat. I start feeling like, my body is just unstable. I'm not feeling well. But when I get back to fruits, vegetables, and of course now you balance all those things, I just start feeling very much alive. So that's when I actually realize and prove that what you eat is very seriously contributes to how you feel and how you become your body. The number 2 aspect of really taking care of your physicality is exercising. I'm sure we cannot argue about that. Exercising as a way of making you feel alive, energetic, ready like to conquer the world. And by exercising, and I don't mean, running kilometers, going for kilometers, going to the gym for 2-3 hours or even 1 hour or even 30 minutes. Exercising, I mean, you can start with a routine of 10 or 15 minutes in the morning and the same at night. If you're a busy person, I don't have time to go for exercise for 1 whole hour. Trust me, your body will push you to a point where you will now start going to exercise, maybe as a doctor's prescription, and you don't want to get to that place. And even if you don't get to that place, your body will just be moving along this life, and you might not notice something is missing until you actually start working out and exercising through walks, jogging, squats, just 10-15 minutes of aerobics in the house. That's when you start realizing, oh my God, I have been missing something. You just try that and then come and let me know, because I was that person who did not really value exercising. I didn't feel like it's necessary, because some of us are lost in the thinking that exercising is for weight loss. You exercise to cut weight. No, that's not the case. The sole reason of exercising is not cutting weight. The reason we should exercise is, 1, you can talk of fitness, but 2, it's a very important health thing that we do. You exercise to stay and remain healthy, and everyone needs that. And also exercising, as I said earlier, contributes to longevity. You live longer because you're able to function better. So, dear listeners, those are the 4 dimensions of a human being, overall being: body, mind, heart, and spirit. And you cannot starve any of them, because the minute you start starving one of those dimensions, you starve your being. You don't function optimally, because one aspect that you think is less important to you starts now affecting every other aspect of your being. So my encouragement to you and me is, when you're structuring our day, waking up early or in the evening before we sleep, let us slot in moments to feed all these aspects of our lives. Let's feed our souls, our spirits, through reflection, meditation, reading the Bible, going to church, listening to sermons. Let's spare time to feed our hearts, the spirit, the emotion aspects by connecting with our loved ones, being there, showing acts of kindness here and there, and staying at peace with people and ourselves, and our hearts will be in the right place. Let slow time every day to take care of our body through eating, finding time to eat and eat well, finding time to exercise, finding time to even look good, which lifts your esteem. And also, let's find time to take care of our mind through reading, through engaging in conversations and other aspects that build our mind muscles. For employers, business owners, and all, sometimes we're pushing people to achieve results at our workplaces, and we are focusing on maybe the much their mind can do, or we're not understanding why they're not able to perform. And it's also linked to how are these four dimensions of a human being performing, because that is the whole person. When one of that part is not doing well, this person will not be able to be a producer at work. So when you're a leader, a manager, a supervisor of a team, also you need to learn to start listening to your team beyond what they are saying. By observing, by learning their routines and all that, you can be able to lead a more healthy team, which will return give more results, be more productive. Stephen Covey wrote a book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And then he later released a book, The 8th Habit. And there's a part when he's trying to talk about the all-person paradigm, he's now mentioning about work and organizations. Let's hear what he says. At the core, there is one simple, overarching reason why so many people remain unsatisfied in their work, and why most organizations fail to draw out the greatest talent, ingenuity, and creativity of their people, and never become truly great, enduring organizations. It stems from an incomplete paradigm of who we are, our fundamental view of human nature. The fundamental reality is human beings are not things needing to be motivated and controlled. They are four-dimensional: body, mind, heart, and spirit. So next time, as a manager, as a director, as an owner of a business, you're wondering what your people need, don't just think of motivation, pay rise, and all those kind of things, because we tend to think motivation is mostly monetary. Try to look at your people from those four dimensions: body, mind, heart, and spirit. And as individuals, the next time you're wondering, why am I not feeling or doing as much as I think I should be doing, look at those four dimensions that make you a whole person: your body, your mind, your heart, and spirit. It is my hope that we will all pay more attention to these four dimensions of our life and become all people and live a fulfilling life. After all, the common thing about life is no one will get out of it alive. So why not just live well? Live as a whole person who is in charge and in control of their body, of their mind, of their heart, and of their spirits. Thank you very much, and bye for now.